Hello, my dear students. It's me again, your teacher Victoria. And today we have the summing up lesson on the topic from cover to cover. We are going to create beautiful projects about famous writers. Be ready and let's start. І так, мої любі учні, сьогодні я навчу вас, як створювати чудові проекти про письменників за допомогою різних інтернет-ресурсів. Які ж наші очікувані результати на кінець уроку? Ви навчитеся орієнтуватися в інформаційному просторі, конструювати свої знання, інтегрувати свої знання з різних галузей. Ви навчитесь критично мислити та робити висновки стосовно запропонованої теми, а також ви навчитесь аналізувати та оцінювати роботи інших учнів. We still have the same rules about our video lessons. Rule number 1. Always stop the video when you see exclamatory mark. And rule number 2. If you don't have on your phone the app Scanner QR, download it from the Google Play. It will help you to find the tasks quicker. Our project is called Meet the Writer. This is the contents. Number 1, project steps. Number 2, project cover. Number 3, background information. Number 4, life and times. Number 5, writing style. Number 6, famous works. And number 7, quote gallery. І так, наш проект «Зустрічайте письменника» складається з декількох етапів. Project Steps – кроки проекту. Project Cover – в якій обкладинці або в якому форматі виконана робота. Background Information – інформація взагалі про літературу. Якщо ви вибрали українську літературу, значить інформація про літературу взагалі в той період, коли працював цей письменник. Life and Times – життя та робота. Writing Style – стиль, в якому писав письменник. Famous Works – найвидатніші роботи. And the last page will be quote gallery. І остання сторінка в нас буде цитати цього письменника. Well, now let's talk about each point in details. Point number 1. Steps of the project. Number 1. Project theme. Select the author that you want your project to be about. Пункт 1. Виберіть автора, про якого ви хотіли б розповідати. Number 2. Project planning. Think about what your project might contain and pay attention to your teacher's requirements. Сплануйте проект. Подумайте, що може ваш проект включати в себе, а також приділіть увагу рекомендаціям вашого вчителя. Number 3. Research. Find information about the writer that you can use in your project. Дослідницька робота. Знайдіть інформацію про письменника, яку ви можете використати в своїй роботі. Number 4. Write down the necessary information and make your project look amazing. Запишіть необхідну інформацію і створіть чудову обкладинку, щоб ваша презентація виглядала достойно. And number 5. Presentation itself. Present your project to the class and share the things you have discovered. І останнє. Презентуйте свою роботу перед класом і покажіть, чого ви досягли. So, what project cover can we use to our projects? Які ж проектні платформи можна використовувати для створення проекту? Пропоную вашій увазі 5. PowerPoint, Canva, Book Creator, Story Jumper, Powtoon. And we are going to discuss all of them in details. І зараз ми поговоримо про них детально. I hope that all of you know PowerPoint. It's the most widely used app for presentation. But still, we need to review. That's why scan QR code, watch the video, and then come back to the main video. Сподіваюсь, всі з вас знають, як використовувати PowerPoint, але для того, щоб повторити і впевнитися, що ми все знаємо, давайте переглянемо відео, як це правильно робити. Не забудьте натиснути кнопку «Стоп» та просканувати QR-код. Here is an example of PowerPoint presentation about a famous Ukrainian writer Ivan Franko. Ivan Franko, a famous Ukrainian writer. The presentation is made by the teacher Victoria Khardyenko, Lyceum number 130. Towards the end of the 19th century, realism in Ukrainian literature started to give way to modernism. Some writers no longer aimed for a naturalistic copy of reality and instead elected an impressionist mode. Along with that change, the novelette gave way to the short story. Ivan Franko was a Ukrainian poet, writer, social and literary critic, journalist, translator, economist, political activist, doctor of philosophy, ethnographer, and the author of the first detective novels and modern poetry in the Ukrainian language. Franko was born in the village of Nagulevичі, Lviv region. His family was considered well-to-do because they had many acres of land and servants. Ivan visited the local school and showed very good results in many subjects. Later, he entered Lviv University, where he studied classical philosophy, Ukrainian language and literature. At the university, Franko began his literary career. A meeting with Mikhailo Dragomanov at Lviv University made a huge impression on Ivan Franko. It later developed into a long political and literary association and friendship. Ivan Franko was imprisoned several times for his socialist views. Ivan Franko had a very big family. His wife, Olga Fedorivna Хоружинська, a graduate of the Institute of Noble Dames in Kharkiv, and they had 7 children, 4 boys and 3 girls: Андрій, Петро, Тарас, Роланд, Зиновія, Дарина, Ганна. In 1902, the students and activists of Lviv University bought a new house for Ivan Franko because at that time he lived in poverty, and he lived there in this house the remaining 14 years of his life. Unfortunately, a famous writer died at 4 p.m. on the 28th of May, 1916. He was buried at the Lychakiv Cemetery in Lviv. The main genres which Franko used in his works are poetry, поезія, short story, коротке оповідання, drama, драма, novel – роман, essay – коротка розповідь. His most famous works are Захар Беркут, Борислав Laughs, Boa Constrictor, collection of poetry which is called Ballads and Tales, Stolen Happiness. All in all, Franco has written more than 1,000 works. The most famous quotes by Franco are: "We must learn to feel ourselves Ukrainians, not Galicians or Bukovinian Ukrainians, but Ukrainians without official borders." And the second one: "Only struggle means to live." Both of these quotes show us that all his life he was struggling for an independent and united Ukraine. Usually, at the end of your presentation, you can propose to your classmates to answer some questions about your presentation and to check how good they were at listening to your story. For example, as we are talking about Ivan Franko, I would like to ask you some questions. When and where was Ivan Franko born? Number 2. What was Ivan Franko? I mean his occupation. What education did he get? Who was his wife and how many children did they have? What are his most famous works? When and where did he die? Well, don't forget to stop the video to answer the questions to your copybooks or sheets of paper, and then we are going to check your answers. Let's check the correct answers. Question number 1. He was born on the 27th of August, 1856, in Lviv region. Question number 2. He was a Ukrainian poet, writer, social and literary critic, journalist, translator, economist, political activist, doctor of philosophy, ethnographer, and the author of the first detective novels and modern poetry in the Ukrainian language. Question number 3. He graduated from Lviv University. Question number 4. Her name was Olha, and they had 7 children, 4 boys and 3 girls. Будь ласка, зверніть увагу на друге та четверте питання. Ваші відповіді можуть відрізнятися. У другому питанні вам достатньо назвати 2-3 професії, які мав Франко. В четвертому питанні, якщо ви запам'ятали, ви також можете назвати імена його дітей. Question number 5. His most famous books are Захар Беркут, Борислав Laughs, Boa Constrictor, collection of poetry, ballads and tales, and Stolen Happiness. And question number 6. He died in Lviv on the 28th of May, 1916. At the end of your presentation, you always need to thank the audience for their attention. Завжди наприкінці своєї презентації дякуйте людям за їх увагу. The next platform is Canva. It's a huge instrument. With the help of which you can create beautiful presentations, and you can use your voice and make a video there. За допомогою платформи Canva ви зможете не тільки зробити презентацію, а й записати власний голос та зробити відео. When you scan this link, you can see an example of international project about famous Ukrainian and Turkish writers done by the students of Lyceum 130 Odessa and our Turkish partners. The next video will teach you how to work with Book Creator. Please scan QR code and watch the video. В наступному відео вас навчать, як правильно використовувати Book Creator та робити в ньому презентації. Не забудьте скачати QR-код та продивитися відео. The next app for presentation is Powtoon. Stop the video, scan QR code and watch the video how to work with Powtoon. Наступний вид презентації Powtoon. Зупиніть відео, скануйте QR-код та подивіться, як правильно використовувати цю платформу. And the last, but not the least, is StoryJumper. It's a nice app for making presentations. My students like it so much. So please stop the video, scan the QR code, and learn how to work with StoryJumper. So let's sum up our today's lesson. The main thing we need to do today was to learn how to make presentations about famous Ukrainian writers. I taught you how to use different platforms like PowerPoint, Powtoon, StoryJumper, and many others, and to make your presentation more interesting to the audience. I gave you the example of PowerPoint presentation about a famous Ukrainian writer Ivan Franko. And I gave you in details the plan how to prepare your presentation in a good way. Hope all my material will help you to make the best presentations ever. And I am very happy that I have been your teacher for these lessons. I wish you good luck and success in learning foreign languages. Bye, my dear students. Ну ось, мої любі учні, і добігає до кінця наш урок. Ми з вами познайомились з різними платформами, на яких можна створювати чудові проєкти. Це PowerPoint, Canva, Powtoon, Book Creator, StoryJumper. Ми детально розібрали всі кроки створення проєктної роботи та презентації, закріпили розібраний матеріал на прикладі презентації про видатного українського письменника Івана Франка. Ми навчились з вами аналізувати та оцінювати роботи інших учнів. Бажаю вам нових досягнень у вивченні іноземних мов і до нових зустрічей!